You look like a mini too. Don't everybody fuck at once. Dancing?
I want popcorn now.
Yeah, that intro always makes me want to have popcorn as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. Welcome to Fusion Pop, which is produced and presented by Fusion Radio. I am Janine, aka DJ Eternalize, also owner of Fusion Radio and Fusion Pop. I have two guests tonight. One is Mad J Dog, aka Jeremy.
Hi, everybody.
And Erica. So say hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
All right,
hi, everyone.
So, yep. Now, of course, the theme tonight is pretty much about canceled shows. The shows that are being canceled. And we have a list of them we're going to go through. And some of them we haven't seen. Like, some of them will be like, oh, okay, well, I heard about it, but never saw it. But the ones that were very, we watch and we love, and we're like, like totally blown away. Because there's two I'm like, no, not again. Not
say, for my case, it's probably gonna be a lot of shockers. Because in fact, I've cut back on my TV watching so much as of late.
Yeah. I watch more Netflix lately, I admit, but I do have shows I follow.
I agree, and my shows haven't started up yet. And I know mine are the ones that I'm thinking of haven't started up yet, but they are coming back this season.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna start with ABC. We're gonna start with ABC. So,
okay,
the first one I have not seen, The Baker and the Beauty. They only had one season. Yeah,
never heard of it.
Now the next one is called. The next one is Single Parents, and it only had 2 seasons.
Didn't hear of it, didn't see it.
Yeah, not much of an ABC person.
Not much of a network person.
Well, Bless This Mess only had 2 seasons. One called Emergence only had 1 season. I hadn't seen that either. Schooled had 2 seasons.
Oh, I've heard of that because I've watched the parent show, which was the Goldbergs. That was a spin. School was a spinoff of the Goldbergs, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it just had 2 seasons, and now it's gone. Kids Say the Darnest Things 1 season. I heard about that, and honestly, I never watched it, but it looked funny.
I guess you can't recapture the magic that Bill Cosby brought to the table with that show.
Oh, true. Now there's one, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., 7 seasons. So this is the last season.
Heard about it.
Yeah,
I've heard about it.
I'm a little upset about that, but I also know it. Like, they try to correspond with the movies, and with COVID-19 kind of hindering a lot of stuff, they kind of can't do much of anything unless the movies go forward. So I'm wondering if that had an effect on that one.
I'm gonna say it's probably harder to tie in storylines with them when in the MCU at the same time. It's kind of. I mean, the premise it's got a decent run. It had a decent run in it, which is 7 seasons is amazing for any show.
Oh, yeah. They did good. I still have to see the 7th season because it's when you look it up, it doesn't have episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's already saying, episode 9 to whatever. And I'm like, man, I have to wait till it gets on Netflix then. which I don't mind. I love Netflix. So this one I never heard of either. It was Strahan, Sarah, and Kiki, and it had 2 seasons.
Probably why you never heard of it. It's only got 2 seasons.
No,
I don't. United We Fall only had 1 season. Never heard of that one
Never
either.
heard of it.
Now this one I'm very upset with. Stumptown had 1 season. It was renewed for season 2, but they canceled that, and it was due to COVID-19. This pandemic is ruining my shows.
It's ruining a lot of people's shows.
I say it's ruining a lot of things.
There are some good ones that have come out since then too.
Oh yeah. I've been watching a lot of the news, especially Netflix new stuff. Oh, and CW had some good ones. And when we get down to the CW,
I would say I know at least one from CW.
Mm-hmm. There's one that I'll get into when we get down to CW. There we go. That's all I gotta say.
We have one on HBO that we've been watching. That's new.
Which one?
Is it Lovecraft Country?
I keep hearing that one.
The one I told you about.
Yeah.
It's only got 3 more shows for the season.
Mm. All right. So
but I have them all DVR. So.
Okay. I could just watch them through you. Hi.
Have to come over here to watch them.
Well, once we're able to get moving again, we could do that. I miss seeing the doggies. Such cute doggies.
Doggies. I have 3. Remember?
I know. I said such cute doggies, but Izzy's all curled up next to me sleeping.
My door's shut. Right. So I can't get in.
The next one is Adult Swim. They only have 1 they're canceling, the Venture Brothers.
Oh, the Venture Brothers. Ugh.
They had 7 seasons. I never got into that one.
I heard rumors that there might be trying to pitch it to another channel.
It was 7 seasons too long.
They're trying to do that with Stumptown as well. And so I'm kind of like, please, because I loved that show. All right. Next is Amazon. Bosch had 7 seasons, and it's being canceled. I didn't watch it either. And Goliath had 4 seasons. Never watched that one either.
Didn't watch it. And I have Amazon Prime.
Oh, I have Prime too. I think I've used Prime more for the shipping than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've used it for. And to watch Carnival Row.
Oh yeah, that was. I can't wait for the next season on that one.
I'm only watching because it's got Orlando Bloom in it.
Yeah. Well, at least you're honest.
Yeah,
I love the story.
Orlando Bloom.
It's only for now.
He doesn't really have to work a day in his life with all the movies he's done, all the high-paying movies he's done.
He doesn't. I think after he did Lord of the Rings, he's good to go.
I was gonna say Lord of the Rings and Pirates.
Yeah, Pirates.
Those trilogies alone got him probably like he doesn't need to have to work another movie in his life. He can probably choose what he wants to do.
I think they are thinking of doing another Pirates too.
But he's also getting married to Katy Perry, so.
Oh yeah, they got a baby.
I heard rumors swirling about Pirates, but I'm not 100% sure. I heard reboot one, but I heard also.
I heard that too, and I'm like, who?
I heard Depp might be coming back. Actually, I heard both sides.
Yeah, gotta look into that. Yeah. All right, next up is AMC. Now, Nosferatu. Yeah,
Nosferatu is a vampire. It's
a vampire. This one they spelled it with.
They kind of twisted.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of twisted the Nosferatu mythology.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't bad, but yeah, no. I watched.
Well, it's had at least 2 seasons, and I do want to watch.
I watched a couple episodes.
How it did. Now the next
not bad. But it's not great.
Yeah, next one is The Walking Dead that had 11 seasons.
They haven't started season 11 yet, but I understand for what they're doing. They're doing it for a good reason. They don't want to go past the source material because it's a comic. They're in the
Right.
last arc of the comics covered. They don't want to go past it. They don't want to do what was I forget the name, but it was the Game of Thrones. They don't want to pull a Game of Thrones, basically.
Which is good because they really should have been more patient waiting for the ending.
And rumor has it there might
an ending book.
rumor has it they might Andrew Lincoln might be returning at some point. It might be that's another rumor I just saw today.
Yeah, they're talking about redoing the ending. So,
and the ending of season 11 could could lead up right into those 3 movies more than likely.
Yeah,
or those Rick Grimes movies that are still in production.
The next one is Better Call Saul. 6 seasons it had.
Oh, that's the Breaking Bad. That's also Breaking Bad.
Spin-off. I never saw it.
Never watched it.
Neither.
Never watched Breaking Bad, really.
Neither have I.
I get the feeling that was also because after 6 seasons, that's when the cast gets a pay raise, and it's usually, I think if I remember correctly, that's how Hollywood works. After a certain amount of seasons, they have to pay actors more.
Up their pay.
So they did the, oh man, we have to up your pay. No, we won't.
It depends on how well it's reviewed, and
canceled.
It could be that. I'm not. Don't quote me on it. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but that's usually after. That's kind of happened with other series.
Yeah. Let's see. The next one is another Walking Dead. The Walking Dead World Beyond only had 2 seasons.
That's one
I didn't hear about that one. I'm not.
Neither have I.
Yeah, it's supposed to be after the outbreak or something. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen previews for it on TV.
I mean, the 2 I hadn't really heard of were Fear of the Walking Dead and the Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Fear of the Walking Dead.
Those are the only 2 I heard.
Where Fear of the Walking Dead basically took place like
before.
In between when the outbreak happened and when Rick woke up. Basically, it was like those first couple months.
Mm-hmm.
These kids are supposed to be born just at the beginning of the outbreak. It's weird. I'm not sure if they're born at the very beginning of the outbreak, the virus outbreak, or just as it's ending. I have to look it up to tell you. But it follows a group of teenagers and how they survive. It's like a kid's version of Zombieland.
I just know that when I was I watched it with John the beginning. We didn't finish the whole season though. But when we started the Fear one, Fear of the Walking Dead, it was based on when the breakout started. And these kids were out and about and they're like, what the heck is going on? And then how they tried to survive. Yeah. Okay. Next we have is CBS. So first one, Criminal Minds, which had 15 seasons. And that's understandable. I know. I still love Criminal Minds.
I mean, I can understand that
it
too.
Lasted a long time.
They're probably running. It's also leading to the point where they're running out of ideas.
Probably.
Well, a lot of the stars, like the one who played Shamar Moore, left.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who played Hotch either left or got fired. I don't remember what the outcome of that was. So all the major characters were leaving and didn't want to play anymore.
They kind of wanted to try something new.
Kind of right.
So we'll see where we find them next.
I mean, that could be NCIS's future soon. They're about ready to go in their 18th season, so it's like they're running strong still. But
I love NCIS.
I love it too, but I'm a realist. It's coming eventually. If they lose any more of their actors,
but they're bringing others in that fit perfectly.
I agree.
Unless you're in New Orleans.
I think it's fine.
I like Wilmer Valderrama. He impressed me with his range because I've seen him from '70s show, and I'm like, I didn't think it was gonna fit, but then he plays the dramatic role so well.
Oh yeah, And I like how he had experience undercover before, and he's sitting here going, "Oh no, that's not going to work," and trying to give him more ideas, and he has that new flavor,
Yeah.
The way I said that sounded wrong.
I knew what you meant, though, Janine.
I just realized I was like, "Oh God!"
It was like a fresh air breath, basically.
Thank you very much.
We'll let that go.
Okay, but I think we kind of went off topic a little bit. I'm sorry, I shifted focus a little bit.
Okay, so
a little bit.
Next would be God Friended Me 2 season. Now I saw a bit of the first season, but I do admit I kind of lost interest along the way.
For one episode and never watched it again.
I mean, it was kind of cool, but at the same time, it was like, I don't know. I mean, it was cute. I would admit it was cute, but I just couldn't get really into it.
Watched one episode and decided, nope.
Mm-hmm. Next is Carol's second act, which only had one season.
Never saw it.
Well, it was about what's her name from The Middle, the mother from The Middle. She took on a new role where she was a mother who kind of was in retirement, but decided she wanted to do something new and became learned and she became a nurse pretty much in her later years.
I think I've heard. I think I know the show. Know of the show. I haven't seen it, but I think I've seen the previews and stuff for it. Wasn't really impressed.
It was cute. It just, I don't know. I think they could have done a little better with it. Just saying. Now this one, Man with a Plan, 4 seasons. I was a little shocked about it because I heard it was really good, but I haven't really watched it myself.
Poor Joey from Friends. He can't seem to have any successful runs on his own, even though 4 seasons is pretty good for the show he's been a part of.
Before I think the other ones he didn't even make it to 4. Like he only had 1 season.
Yeah, I don't think Joey made it to 4 seasons. It might have.
I think Joey maybe 2 if it was lucky. I don't remember offhand.
I think it was 2.
Yeah, but this one is 4 seasons. But as I said, a lot of these, the pandemic is not helping. Also, could be certain people decided to leave and they didn't have the cast for it.
Right.
All right, this one upset me a little bit. Broke 1 season.
Poor. I really wish the best for her because it was Paulie Perrette. AKA Abby from NCIS. I really wish that show would have done impressed more. Or I didn't get a chance to see it. I think it was just because it got released at a weird window. I think, or it was like end of the like spring or summer season or something, or beginning of summer, and it was like it just didn't. I guess I missed it completely.
Well, I watched it and it was actually really cute and funny. I liked it. And it kind of did, her sister who was all of a sudden rich became poor, all the spending. And to me, it kind of made you go, okay, guys, this could happen to you for those who are like, oh, I'm rich. Nothing's going to happen. But I mean, I had fun with it. I watched the first season. I was hoping at least for one more season, I guess. Kind of bring it together, a good ending.
That's why you don't like shows for more than 1 season, because they cancel them after 2. Oh, wait, that's sci-fi.
I say usually with newer shows, if it doesn't have a good first season, it immediately gets axed. It's like that's how big networks usually are with 1 season shows. But yeah, like I said, I was just hoping that she would have gotten a break, or big break, something else that she could be known for besides being Abby from NCIS.
But
we loved her as Abby.
Yeah, we loved her.
Yeah, we all loved her as Abby. I just wish whatever caused her to leave didn't happen, and we could have kept her.
She just needs to find her niche. Another. I mean, I do love her singing. She sings so good.
Oh yes, I have one. I have a actual NCIS album that has one of her songs on it, and it was like I'm like, wow, she has a good song, good voice.
Go to her YouTube channel. You'll find other music that wasn't a part of NCIS. Sorry, little tongue tied there. All right, and then Tommy was only one season, and I don't remember hearing about that one.
Nope, me either.
So I'm like,
moving along.
All right, next is Comedy Central. Drunk History with 6 seasons.
Cannot believe they're canceling that. That is actually funny.
I heard a lot of people loved it and they say it's hilarious. So I'm thinking COVID.
Probably another COVID sacrifice.
Yeah.
Could be. A bunch of drunk B-list celebrities mostly trying to explain history. It's pretty funny. They did the American history, the American Revolution, and I just sat there going, wait, what? Talking about some guy on a big golden chair, and it was bad.
Yeah.
But it's pretty funny. That's kind of shocking that they're canceling that. That was pretty funny.
The next one they're canceling after 12 seasons is Tosh.0.
Oh, I've heard about Tosh.
Yep, 12 seasons too long. 12 seasons too long. I hate that show.
I never even seen it, or I don't even remember hearing about it.
Consider yourself lucky.
I don't watch Comedy Central as much as when I was younger. Like, I haven't found anything
he's really, really annoying.
Really?
He's annoying, and they should have canceled him after a season. It's an annoying show. And I know there's people out there who are like, oh, it's great. No, it's annoying. He's annoying.
Yeah. The next one, Comedy Central Corporate, they had 3 seasons.
Corporate.
Don't remember ever seeing that. I remember hearing about them and seeing reviews, but not actually watching it.
Okay. Next is the CW. This is where I'm gonna get more vocal.
Gonna get emotional, are you?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay.
Oh boy.
So Arrow only had 8 seasons. Now I got into Arrow with season 1 and lost track of it. I only watched the crossovers with it in it. But I plan on watching it from beginning to end. But Arrow, I understand the reasons behind it. And they're talking about making Arrowverse or like another one based on his daughter. But I don't know how far they got into that or if they backed out or not yet. Let me see.
I think
the only thing I think about Arrow is I got a picture with a cosplayer dressed as Arrow.
There's a lot of
COVID
I've got that picture
part of this decision too, but it could be just the actors wanting to do other things too. Like sometimes at some point, actors do want to do other things.
Okay, I'm looking at.
But it did set up quite the universe. That's one thing I always praise DC about is they have the ability to make made for shows from TV shows. They always seem to knock them out of the park.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
Okay, what else?
So I don't know what they're gonna if they're gonna do a spinoff or not yet because there's not as much info on that. Katie Keene, 1 season. Now I admit I got into that. I loved it. I was like, when I heard it's canceled, I was like, what? But what about this? And what happens to her? And so I had fun with it. Yeah,
I haven't watched it, so
it was cute. Pretty much, somebody, the girl from Riverdale, what is her name? Anyway, Katie Keene is about a girl who's into fashion design who works at a retail store, and she's trying to make it big, and her life with her roommates. So, it was in New York, and of course, New York is very expensive. So you really need roommates to have an apartment.
Yeah, unless you've got millions of dollars, you do need a roommate or 2 or 3.
I say
New York,
don't have that.
New York City. New York City is extremely expensive,
Come
and
on,
anything
Henry.
outside the city, 50 miles.
Yeah.
I'm originally from
Yeah.
New York, so I know.
Now this one I understand, but at the same time, I know they could continue it. Supernatural, 15 seasons. It's almost done with the last season. It still has a bit.
They've been talking about ending that show series for even before they actually canceled.
But
I feel like
now
it's probably going on. I'm guessing for the last maybe I would say 2 or 3 seasons. I'm guessing they're probably discussing it.
but
what you're saying?
I think they're running out of ideas.
No. On the other hand, they're talking about bringing it back.
Jared is going to be. Jared's supposed to be doing another show. What the hell show is it?
Texas Ranger.
He's supposed to be doing the reboot for Walker Texas Ranger. So Jared is doing something else. So
yeah,
like that should be interesting to see.
It sounds interesting, but I'm going to hold my what I feel about that until we find out more about it. Because the fact,
well, that's like MacGyver. I was like, ooh, a reboot. But when I watched it, I was like, oh, perfect. It's perfect.
It is good. It is good. MacGyver is pretty good.
Yeah.
It
is pretty good too. But like I said, now we're talking like Chuck Norris and someone filling in taking Chuck Norris's place. It's kind of that's a up in the air kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, one of the reasons, of course, Supernatural is because of the pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic's caused a lot of people.
Pandemic.
It's causing a lot.
No.
Yeah.
Dang Corona.
Now they're still going to be doing their fan conventions.
Yeah.
But and then of course, Jensen Ackles is going to be in The Boys next season. They're on season 2 right now, so season 3 he's going to be a character in there. But they're saying Supernatural, a lot of it had to do with the pandemic, and then of course they decided it was time, and now they're all doing their own different things. I don't know what Misha Collins is going to be doing though. I want to see what he's going to do. All right, the last one on the CW is The 100 that did 7 seasons. I tried to get into it, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. But a lot of people enjoyed it. Yeah, so, but that one's going bye-bye too. Now, E Entertainment, I guess, E with the exclamation point. They finally they only have one cancellation, but they finally canceled Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which had 20 seasons. I still can't believe it had 20 seasons. I've never watched it. I couldn't. I tried and I was like, no. I'm not into reality shows.
Yeah, same here.
I thought they were also canceling their entertainment news thing.
Nope.
I thought that was on the rumors. I saw that, but maybe I'm wrong.
It might have been rumored, but it looks like it's staying because they said Keeping Up the Kardashians. Oh, let me check the other one.
I'll say
the Kardashians are only famous because their father was a lawyer for OJ, and their stepfather was Bruce Jenner, who's now Caitlyn Jenner. That's the only reason Kim Kardashian and them are famous. They're famous because their dad was famous.
Yeah. But I don't see anything with E Entertainment News. I think they're keeping that for now. All right, so
20 seasons was 20 seasons.
Epic's, their canceling is called Perpetual Grace Ltd. and it had 2 seasons. Never heard of it, never saw it. So all those who are upset about it, I'm sorry for your loss. And all the other ones we don't know about or saw, we didn't see. Okay, now there's Facebook Watch. Facebook Watch has some series. Sorry for Your Loss is ending after 2 seasons. Never heard of it.
Never heard of Facebook Watch. So.
Facebook Watch is new to me. Yeah, I've heard of
it. There's a network called Facebook Watch, or is that? Or is this just?
It's on Facebook.
It's a Facebook thing.
It's a Facebook thing.
I don't pay attention to that stuff half the time.
I barely pay attention to my Facebook page, and it's bad. I mean, Granted, as a DJ, I'm trying to be more active on that, at least on that page. But it's like,
yeah,
my old habits still exist where I just look at it and do nothing.
I deal with my Battlestar stuff on it and a few personal things, and that's it. On my Facebook, I don't watch TV shows on it.
Yeah. And then the other one is called Limetown and only had one season. I never heard of that one either.
Neither.
Mm-mm.
But I don't know how many shows they actually have on Facebook Watch, honestly.
Yeah, how long the seasons even are.
All right, here we go. Here is Fox. The first one is Almost Family and only had one season. Now, I did start watching that. It was interesting, but I lost interest. Even though there's great actors and actresses on there, to watch that or Supernatural or some other show I was into, I would go with the other one.
Sorry. Some of these shows have the problem is they face other good shows on other networks in the same time slot. I've had that predicament myself.
And there's Outmatched. They had only one season with. I don't remember hearing about that one offhand. Outmatched, unless that's the one where they're against. What is it? Let me double check because I think I know what it is now, but I want to make sure I say this right. Outmatched. Am I right? American multi-camera television sitcom created by. Oh, no. I did like Outmatched. Okay. No, okay. I have heard about this. I forgot that was the name of it. Yeah, Outmatched is about the parents who have like these geniuses kids and they're trying to be a parent to them, but the kids kind of could trick them
and over them.
Yeah. I liked it. I'm upset now that I remember that's what it was. Because
we used to try and do that with my parents, and we're not geniuses. My brothers and I used to try that with my parents, and we're not geniuses.
The one really thing I did to my mom once, and this was like the best. Me and my sisters, this was our best April Fool's prank ever. You know some of the faucets that have the one you could take out and you have to press down for the water to come out, the hose thing. Yeah. We wrapped a rubber band on it. So my mom went to the sink, turned it on, got her. Take it off. Okay. We didn't take it off. We're like, let's see how many times we can get her. We got her like 3 times.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
We never did anything quite like that.
Well, that was
find ways to condiment it.
We got in so much trouble. So, and I'm probably giving kids ideas now.
We find ways of getting my parents to take us to like Burger King or McDonald's by using our younger siblings. Now, mind you, I have 5 younger siblings, so. So we used to stick the younger siblings on. Please, Mom!
Being 1 out of 3 was bad enough, but to have as many kids.
Sick.
You were sick. Woo. I feel bad for your parents. Yeah, you guys probably ran them ragged.
Before
we weren't that bad.
When we were talking about I did some research. I actually did find an article about the E News thing. I just sent it in the private chats because it was a confirmed.
Confirmed cancel.
Yeah, it was part of another COVID-19 loss, basically. COVID-19 pandemic. Financial issues.
Yeah.
When was this?
A lot of things, I think, is
that was the article I just saw was August 6th. Yeah.
Okay, so that was just confirmed within the last 3 weeks. Last 3 weeks or something.
Unless it's been changed.
September now.
Unless it's changed since then, but in the last month, I don't
check the other renewed, canceled. Wait, that one's Fox, right?
So it's been a little over a month then. Almost 2 months.
Yeah, it's not showing it though. Doesn't show on.
Maybe it is a month old.
Maybe they said, "Oh, we already sent out the news on that one. We don't have to say it again." Maybe
that might be.
It's a possibility. I don't know. I'm just
yeah. Let's see. And the final one for Fox is Deputy. Ooh, my mother-in-law likes that one. It's cool. Like I watched it along with my mother-in-law, but I never really watched it on my own. Like I saw bits and pieces, but it seemed good. Huh. Well, the next one is Freeform. They just did a reboot of Party of Five.
Not anymore. They canceled it.
Yep, Party of Five only had one season and was canceled. I saw that coming. Yeah. You can't do the same like the original Party of Five. I'm sorry.
I'm still waiting for the Charmed reboot to be canceled. Nothing would make me happier than to watch them go down the tube.
It has a lot. I admit I watched it.
Nope. Watched it twice. Watched 2 episodes and decided that the Hollowell sisters will be my Charmed ones.
Well, the thing is, I wish I had another name. I think if it had another name, it would have worked better. Well, I mean, like the storylines are different. They have the same names of the bad guys. Like, what was it? What's his name? Phoebe fell in love with him, and he was also Balthazar. Yeah,
Balthazar. Cole Turner. Yeah, Cole Turner.
Yep. Well, they had a Balthazar there too, but his name wasn't Balthazar. But it was the same storyline about him supposed to be chosen.
Falling in love.
And they fell in love. So
yeah, the fact that they're calling them the Charmed ones kind of annoys me. I'm sorry, the Hallowell sisters are always the Charmed ones.
Yeah,
I say
Piper,
I don't think they
captured
the same magic as the original, the series
not.
It rebooted.
Their white lighter. They place their white lighter it's horrible. Like their white lighter powers are ridiculous. I'm sorry. I know Brian Krause. I met him. He's always going to be the white lighter for Charmed.
Oh yeah, we both met him. And Holly Marie
at Wizard World in this film.
Yeah,
and a host of other stars that are fabulous. Ruth McConnell.
I
love her.
I got to see her twice. But yeah,
my little character from Scotland.
We did speak to Holly Marie Combs about the new one, and the funny thing is, it's at the same house, but they redid the inside. Oh no, she was not happy. But Brian Krause was like, "Maybe a white lighter. I'll go on."
The Return of Leo.
But
Holly Marie just kept looking at him like, "You're going to die."
Yeah, but because
and this is why we're in therapy.
The way they did it, though, he wouldn't be able to go in because the storyline doesn't even talk about the Howells in general. I mean, it talks about
because it's a totally different show.
Yeah, but it talked about other Charmed ones in the past, but they didn't work out or something. But yeah, there's a lot more.
They basically bad the old show. Remember when
they don't say.
Remember, Holly had said.
Mm-hmm.
Holly had said that there were issues between the producers of the original show and the actors, between her, Alyssa Milano. The Book of Shadows that was in the original show was supposed to go to Holly. And she didn't get it. She still, to this day, doesn't have it. Because they were supposed to get certain bits and pieces for memorabilia, and she was supposed to get the original Book of Shadows. But their producer is holding it captive for some reason. He's being a jerk.
I
last I heard, she didn't have it.
I'm not sure. I just know
last I heard, she didn't have it.
The storylines are definitely different from the original. Like, there's also monsters that weren't in the original.
Well, yeah, because you don't want it to be exactly like the original because nobody will watch it.
Well, true.
All the original
Yeah,
fans are like,
if you make a reboot that's basically the same as the original, people are going to say, "I'm going to go watch the original then."
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I have the original on DVD. I have a couple of seasons of it. So, but now that we're completely off topic.
Well, it was on topic because we were talking about you were hoping that one was not coming back.
Hoping,
but as they said, it is.
hoping.
But
Freeform,
Freeform's other one that's canceled is Siren, and it had only 3 seasons. I never got into that one, honestly.
I don't remember if I heard of it or not. I don't think I have.
It's about like the siren mermaids or the sirens or whatever, and
Sirens are not mermaids; they're 2 different creatures.
Well, yeah, but the person thought he found a mermaid, and it was actually a siren, and yeah, somebody caught a siren, and the other siren was trying to save it. I never got to see the whole thing. I just knew the premises of it. I never really was.
It doesn't sound bad.
No. It might be something I might watch on Netflix later, when it gets there, Yeah,
I mean, if that came up on Amazon Prime as a show, like if Amazon Prime picked it up, I'd probably watch it. Because I like the thing with the mythological creatures like that, sirens and mermaids and vampires, especially.
Oh yeah, vampires.
Vampires. Which is why I like Nosferatu until I canceled it.
I still have to watch that one to just see how I like it. All right, next one is HBO. They canceled Run, and I only had 1 season. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. The only good thing on HBO right now is, like I said, that Lovecraft Country is on HBO on Sundays at 9:00.
Okay.
I'm giving Lovecraft Country a little plug there. I should get paid for it.
All right,
but that's a pretty good show.
Yeah. History Channel is next, and they're getting rid of Vikings after 6 seasons.
My Vikings.
I still need to watch it. I started it and then got sidetracked, but I did like it.
Really good.
Got busy.
One of the reasons they're canceling it is they're running out of source material. But there has been talk. There has been talk that they're going to do either a prequel or a sequel. I can't remember which, or a spin-off from it, but I'm not sure where that is. So yeah, unfortunately, the last season has been divided in half, and the second half of the last season hasn't been shown yet. But there's deaths in there where you're just like, no, even when you know they're coming, you're still kind of like, but why? No.
Oh, and almost forgot.
And then there's people who die, and you're just like, yay.
And almost forgot. They didn't say. Yeah, and the CW, they haven't said it's canceled yet, but it is canceled. But they're doing the 6th season right now. Supergirl is canceled.
Oh, I heard. I did hear that one too.
Yeah, I did hear that was canceled.
And they did say, let's see. Of course, the season 6 is going to end it. Melissa Benoist, and who plays Supergirl, she actually had a baby recently too, but that had nothing to do with it. But pretty much, there are 2 main factors for the cancellation. One was flagging ratings and delays caused by the coronavirus. So
another COVID death.
Yeah. Season 5
and falling ratings.
Yeah, season 5 didn't do as well as I thought it would. It was going well. Season 5 kind of dropped a bit. They said it had, let's see, they used to have 3 million viewers. By season 5, it went to 1.6 million. To me, that's still good though, compared to
was season 5 after they did the crossover, or before or at the same time during the crossover? Because I know they did a big Arrowverse crossover event thing.
They've done more than one crossover event.
I know. I remember CW doing a big crossover between all their DC titles. Is why I'm asking. Well, I was curious.
I think season 5 was with the crossover. I think it was. And then, of course, there was a crossover before that as well. The final episodes, though, they're saying are coming out around January 2021, maybe. But there's still, it's coming 2021. Oh, man. It's kind of hard with this pandemic, that's for sure, to even do the crossovers right now.
Well, because you can't go live on location, and you can't do a lot of things. A lot of shows are having problems with that, not just the ones being canceled.
Yeah.
I know shows that are just starting production now on their newest season.
Mm-hmm.
I know Outlander had issues.
I love Supergirl.
Outlander had issues with
that. But they're also coming out with soon Superman and Lois. So they're bringing that back with, of course, the Superman from Supergirl and the Lois from Supergirl, instead of Dean Cain and oh goodness, my brain went blue, blue, blue. Superman and Lois.
Kobe's closing a lot of shows today. They're premiering.
Yeah.
Even shows that I watch are being delayed because of COVID.
Trying to remember. Oh, here, Lois and Clark: The New Adventures. Yeah, so it's that one had Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher. That's her name. I haven't seen her for a while, so my brain was like, I knew this, but it's not coming to me. It's there at the tip of my tongue. But yeah, it's. All right, so next up is Hulu.
Don't watch anything on Hulu, so you got me on that one.
Yeah, same. I don't either, but it's High Fidelity.
That was a movie it's based off a movie, if I remember right. Off the movie High Fidelity. I can't be sure though. I've heard about it, like I've seen commercials for it, but I don't have Hulu, so because it's a paid subscription thing like Netflix and Amazon Prime, Amazon Video.
Yeah, I'm just. I don't know that one. Okay, here comes NBC is next. And I don't think I know any of these either. All right, so the first one is Lincoln Rhyme Hunt for the Bone Collector. Only had one season.
I didn't know that one.
Neither do I.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
Perfect Harmony, one season.
No, that's I think that had something to do with singers.
Can get Hulu without paying. We can? When did this happen? Tell us more.
Wait,
Tell us more. Don was saying you can get Hulu without paying. And I don't know how, though.
Well, gee, Don, share with the rest of us, why don't you?
But yeah, Perfect Harmony only had one season. Hadn't heard of that one either.
I think that was kind of like a Glee type show.
Oh, it might have been
enough. It sounds like
I think it was kind of
that vibe.
Let me see. Perfect.
It sounds like it was a Glee. If I remember right, it was a singing group type thing. I remember hearing about it, but not really caring because I didn't like Glee. I watched one season of Glee because it had the kid from Celtic Thunder on it.
Oh, no. This is something different. There's a music professor who unexpectedly stumbles into a choir practice at a small town church. He finds an oddball group of singers that is out of tune in more ways than one. And then he takes them on to make them good.
It's a singing thing.
Yeah, it got good ratings.
Yeah.
It's a singing thing. I don't watch any singing shows like Glee or anything like that because they bore me. I can't stand a lot of musical shows. I like musicals, just not as shows.
Like
I like Hamilton and musicals, just not as shows, as weekly shows. Too much.
Yeah. Now another one that they're canceling is Bluff City Law, and only had one city. I never heard of that one.
Never heard of that one, which is why it only had one season.
Heard of that.
A lot of these one season ones I've never heard of.
Yeah. Let's see. Sunnyside, one season. I don't think I've heard of that one either.
No, I haven't either. I think I got one that was from NBC as well. It ended at the beginning of 2020. It was called The Good Place. It was basically followed four or five people, I believe, and they were led to believe they were they were in heaven, but in reality they weren't. They were in like a purgatory or hell or something, and it was basically trying to get to the good place. They were in what they called the bad place.
They went down instead of up, did they?
Basically, yeah. I heard about it. I've seen a couple episodes of that show. It was all right, but I think I guess they're running out of ideas or something. I don't know. This is pre-pandemic, pre-COVID, yeah.
So.
All right. And then, Council of Dads, one season. I heard about that.
I haven't seen it, but there's been people who I've seen comments where people are like, "Oh, it's a good show," and they can follow all the characters, and there's still more they can do and follow, and I'm just like, all right, if you say so. But I've never even heard of it. I've heard it was good, but I haven't actually sat there and watched it. So.
Yeah.
My air conditioner.
Next one is going to be Netflix, and it has a list.
Oh, they have a long laundry list of cancellations.
And of course, I'm upset with several of them. Well, of course, we already know about Lucifer, but they're finishing it out.
I've stopped watching Lucifer when it went from Fox to Netflix. That's the last time I watched Lucifer.
You missing out on good stuff. It got better and better.
Because I don't have Netflix. I refuse to pay for Netflix.
Because I still have Netflix, and I question why I still have Netflix.
Oh, I love Netflix. I can't. Nope. Nobody's taking my Netflix.
I'll say this now.
They have a lot of great series on Netflix.
They raise their subscription any higher, they're losing me. Because I was a subscriber when it was $8. Now it's like
I think my mom paid like 10, and it's now like 14 or something.
Yeah, it's like that's what I mean. If they don't start producing some good stuff that's worth that price, and if they jack it up any higher, I'm like, yeah, bye. It's not worth
I watched Lucifer when he was on Fox. When he first came out on Fox, and there was actually a Christian group of moms when Lucifer first came out that was trying to get it canceled before its premiere because it showed Lucifer as a good guy. So they were trying to get it canceled. They had a petition and everything.
Oh,
They of course failed. They of course failed because it still came out.
Oh yeah.
Fox was kind of screw you. We're putting it on anyway. They got over 1 million signatures last I heard to try and get it off. I actually had a friend send me the petition and wanted me to sign it, and I was like, yeah, nope. Also, I wanted to keep it on. All these crazy religious moms were like, take off. Lucifer is not a good guy. He's evil.
I like Lucifer.
I just want to know, does he get together with the cop?
He just...
does him and the cop get together?
Just... I don't want to spoil it, but wait. I'll private chat you.
We can talk later.
Yeah, we can talk later.
We can talk later.
I think we have a lot more Netflix shows to cover because I know Netflix usually.
Mm-hmm. All right,
and only an hour to do it in. So.
All right, next one, BoJack Horseman, 6 seasons. I still can't believe it had 6 seasons. Yes, but I never got
that was a cartoon. I can't see how that got past the season. It's horrible.
I don't. Yeah, that's the first I've heard of it, and that's how much I know about Netflix. Netflix shows.
Yeah, BoJack Horseman was originally on Adult Swim for a while, if I remember right.
That makes sense, and I can understand why what that show is. Then, if it comes from something that comes from Adult Swim.
Well, they took it off Adult Swim. It was on that Tsunami. That's on it from
Tsunami.
12:30 to midnight. It was on Tsunami originally, and then they took it off that. They took it off completely off of Cartoon Network because I guess it wasn't getting the ratings.
Tsunami, bringing back Tsunami was Cartoon Network's one of their best moves because the fan support for Tsunami was huge when they teased it. It started off as an April Fool's thing, and then it's you want it. Yeah, the demand said, yeah, bring it back, please.
I know a couple of people who watch Tsunami. I've watched it a couple of times.
I watch it for certain things. I haven't watched it in a long time, though.
I usually watch Adult Swim. Which I should be watching now.
The Tsunami now is basically an Adult Swim version of Tsunami because it does a lot of what you expect from Adult Swim caliber cartoons.
Shows that definitely are not kid friendly.
Yeah, basically.
Or borderline kid friendly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just when I even just saw it, I was like, no, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah,
yeah. Another one though is Dear White People, 4 seasons. That looked interesting, but I never really grasped onto it.
Never watched it.
Yeah. All right. Then there's Soundtrack 1 season. I haven't watched that one either, but I've heard of it.
I haven't
heard more than I am.
Neither have I. There's one called Spinning Out, only had 1 season. Don't remember hearing about that one. No, the next one though, Insatiable, only had 2 seasons. Well, the way they ended it, it could be an ending or it could go either way. But still, I thought that was a good one because it kind of got into the world of pageants and how some people could get very competitive, and some people have issues, and but the main character definitely had issues.
Yeah, if it has to do with beauty pageant.
The next one upsets me too.
Okay, what's the next one?
Yeah, lay it on us.
Right.
She's like, it upsets me, and then she goes quiet.
I'm taking it in right now. Okay,
Reflecting.
AJ. It was AJ and the Queen, 1 season. It was the one with RuPaul. Yeah. It was so funny. I loved it. I was like, oh, I can't wait for season 2. And I'm like, there's no season 2. No.
I'm not even sure if they answer what with Netflix stuff they go either way with it, and it's it could be one of the best shows, and they'll be like, why did they cancel it? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, as we know, the pandemic is one cause, and then it could be ratings too.
Seems to be the ratings in the pandemic mostly.
Yeah.
Ratings, pandemic, and source material.
Probably.
Yeah, good way to put it.
Okay, this one, I haven't seen it yet, but it's on my list to watch. V-Wars. It only had 1 season.
Nope.
I was hoping
I heard of it.
It has vampires. Dang it. And of course it has, what's his name in it? It was Damien and...
Well, then there's a reason for me not to watch it, because it had a Vampire Diaries person in it.
I love Vampire Diaries. Especially...
You are freaking 12?
What? It was a book I read when I was young, and the season.
Exactly. What are you, 12?
They did good with the series, and of course, the series is nothing like the books, and you have to be older to watch the series. It's kind of bloody.
Yeah, I know. I've watched a couple of seasons. I watched 1 or 2 episodes and was like, Annette. Sorry, give me my Lestat and my Louis and my Claudia, and I'm happy. Give me my Anne Rice vampires, and I'm good.
You know, they're still trying to see if they're gonna make.
Yes. I'm well aware. Anne keeps us very up to date.
Do we know where it's gonna come out though?
Very up to date. Yes, we do, and only the fans know. And I'm not telling you because you have to be on her fan. You have to be on her page. We get inside information because we're on her page. So yes, I know about the Vampire Chronicles thing. We are kept very well abreast of when and if that's going to happen.
Yeah,
they've talked to a couple of other outlets for it. Netflix was one of them.
That would be nice.
Hulu was a big one. Hulu was gonna take it, and for some reason that fell apart. So now they're looking at certain networks.
I think if it's going to be taken, it should be waiting till the pandemic's over.
Yeah.
Right.
If it gets picked up, and it's done according to the books, it's definitely should be on like HBO or Stars or something like that. Because no, it won't go to Netflix. She's already said no to Netflix.
Oh, really? Netflix can do bloody too, you know, and rated R and all that.
Yes. But this isn't the blood aspect that she's looking at.
Oh.
There's other aspects to the Vampire Chronicles that if you read the books, you'd see why it would probably be better off on HBO or Stars. And I'm not talking just Interview with the Vampire. There's stuff in the Vampire Lestat, in Pandora. And she also wants to do the Witching Hours, her Mayfair Witches. So they cross over. Books actually cross over. So, and there's stuff in there that is not, prime time ready. It's more leaning towards Game of Thrones than it is, Little House on the Prairie.
Oh yeah, Netflix don't do no House on the Prairie stuff.
Yeah, but this is like, I think she's going more towards Game of Thrones type situations.
What I'm trying to say,
is
Netflix has those type of series too.
Yeah, but I think she's looking probably more at like HBO, Showtime, Cinemax. I think those would be better suited to take on something like that than, and she wants all her fans to be able to see it, not just have to pay for it.
Like, well, you have to pay for HBO and stuff.
$14, yeah, but you're not paying $14. See, HBO is included in my package, but you're not paying $14 extra to watch it on your computer or your phone, your iPhone or whatever.
Well,
she wants to make sure it reaches all the fans.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting rid of cable and stuff and just streaming now, though.
Yeah, that's the future.
So she's gonna have
to do that.
I mean,
so
we'll see.
Fact of the matter is, her diehard fans who have followed the Vampire Chronicles like me, I think I have every Vampire Chronicles book there is, except for Prince Lestat and Atlantis. I love Anne Rice. Can you tell? I'm on her page. I'm on Christopher's page, her son. I have her werewolf books. I have her 2 werewolf books. So, those of us who are true diehard fans, watching it on HBO, even if you have to pay for it as a bonus, they're gonna do it. They're more likely to get HBO added to their, Spectrum or Dish or DirecTV than to watch that. I mean, I should have canceled HBO a long time ago, except that they came up with Lovecraft Country.
Well, you could also stream HBO now. Just pay it separately as a streaming.
Yeah, the HBO Go. Yeah, I get that for free because I had HBO.
But yeah. So Viewers is done. The other one I'm upset about is October Faction. It only had 1 season, was really good, and now they cancel it.
That always happens. It gets good, and you're like, yes, good, and they cancel it. And it's not just HBO or Netflix; it's a lot of stations.
Yeah. The next one is Turn Up Charlie. Only had one season. I don't remember hearing about that one, but Netflix has so many shows. Yeah,
they just
Netflix has so many Netflix.
They like to test out the waters and put out a lot of new shows and see how well they do, and then if they don't go up to their standards or what they want to see successful wise, they cancel them basically. I'm seeing a lot of season 1 cancels. It seems like Netflix is doing that a lot. Like it's like with they'll put out a series just to cancel it after a season if it doesn't do well, basically.
Right. And let's see. The next one is Next in Fashion. I saw previews for that, but I had a feeling it wasn't going to last long. Because all those fashion shows. Well, Next in Fashion was about, the fashion type of show. People create something and vote on or whatever.
Okay. It's one of those make a dress and everybody votes on who gets booted off type shows. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like a big thing on, what is it called? Yeah, it's a reality show. So, I don't know.
Again, I don't do reality.
Yeah, I don't either. Then
Netflix seems to have a lot of reality TV.
Not as much as you think. They have a good bit, but not as much as they could. And then there is The Society season 1. Which one was this about? This is the one where they return and all the adults are missing, and they have to create a world with, the whatchamacallit, the kids have to be in charge, like the older kids, and
that sounds like Lord of the Flies.
I was just gonna say it sounds very Lord of the Flies. Like, who killed Piggy?
Yeah, basically.
There's this show I was into for a while that I haven't watched in a while, The Tribe. That was also kind of the basis of The Tribe, but it was also, I think, like I forgot what caused the adults to disappear, though, or leave. Then there's I'm Not Okay With This season 1. That one looked cute. I haven't watched it yet, though, so I'm a little upset that it didn't continue. But, of course, I have to first see season 1. Altered Carbon had 2 seasons. Then they did a little cartoon too of it, or anime. But that was an awesome series. So I am very upset it's not getting a 3rd season. But of course, pandemic and all that other stuff. Yeehaw. Thank you for pandemic.
All thanks to COVID.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
COVID does a number on a lot of things.
Let's see. The Big Show. The Big Show. 1 season.
I heard loosely know about this because he's from Big Show is a wrestler, but at least part-time wrestler. But I haven't heard about the show really that much. I just know the guy.
My video did the same thing his just did for some reason. It blinks out temporarily.
That's odd.
Mine did it too before. It was weird. I was like, how did I lose my camera? You'll come back. Hopefully. Yep, there you are. We can see you again.
Who, me?
Mine did it too. No, Mad Dogs.
Oh, he went. It
must have flickered or or something.
Okay, let's see. Next one. Next one is The Expanding Universe of Ashley Garcia. I don't think I've seen that one. Let me see. Sounds familiar though.
Pretty sure I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen. No, I got that's drawn a blank on that one too.
Yeah.
No, I did see that one. It was so good and hilarious. I even had shoot. It had no. Where's the other? Mario Lopez was in it with a bunch of others. That was good. I thought they were gonna continue.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, this one I'm upset with, but they're gonna finish it out. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Oh, I heard about that one. I've seen.
There's another part left, and then it's going to be done with. So they're trying to wrap things up with it.
Wasn't that series loosely based off the ABC one somehow, or because I know I've seen the trailers for it on when I've looked through Netflix. I was like, I'm not sure what connection.
Is this that Sabrina the Teenage Witch spinoff?
Yes, but
that's what I was thinking. Good. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, is that from?
It's not really a spinoff. It is darker. It is darker, but it's very well done. Very well done.
It's supposed to be.
She's portrayed what a real witch would probably be like.
Well, okay, we're gonna let that go for now.
Well,
or a darker spin on a witch. What a witch would be like.
Yeah, where witches. Not all of them. There's different groups, but her people her witches worship Satan, and you learn more about it later. I'm not gonna give away stuff, but
I understand that.
For those who still want to watch, but I can't wait for the next parts to come out, and I don't even know if they've Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I wonder if they have a date for that yet. Chilling Adventures.
I swear, I think it's coming soon because I saw I recently just saw a trailer about it like on Netflix when I was scrolling through Netflix.
Yeah,
if it's not this month, I assume it's going to be sometime in October because it's probably going to be closer to Halloween or near Halloween. I'm betting. If I have to hazard a guess.
Okay, so let's see. Season 4, October 2020. However, there might be delays. There is also a chance for the new season to launch in early 2021, but it's saying season 4 is speculated to be the last, and it looks like it is. Let me see if there's any updates on it. There might be a delay, they're saying, but so far I don't see an official date. But what date was it? September 28th, 2020? Okay, so this is the most recent. So
you're saying the next part is speculated sometime in October, but then
it might be delayed.
It might be.
Mm-hmm.
Good old pandemic.
I would say, yeah, it's partly pandemic, and I'm going to say whatever regulations are for wherever they're filming. They got to go by. They have to obey whatever state they're in for the regulations.
Yeah,
they're probably filming out in California. Who knows? I don't know if they do any on.
I'll say it's either that or Georgia, because in fact Georgia is a popular hub for entertainment too. That's where Walking Dead. Most of Walking Dead was filmed in Georgia too.
All right, and then the Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance, which only had one season, canceled.
Leave the Dark Crystal movie alone, damn it.
You mean the series? The series.
Leave it alone.
Wait, you said you don't have it. It was the new.
Leave the Dark Crystal as it is.
You didn't know they had a series they came out with?
No, I knew, and I wasn't happy.
Oh,
because
I a lot of people said it was amazing.
I grew up with the movie. I'm sure it was amazing, but I grew up with the movie. So.
All right, and let's see. That's the last of Netflix, actually.
I think I got one for Netflix as well, but it happened earlier on in the year with The Ranch. That was 2020, and it ended. And honestly, in my personal opinion on The Ranch, I think after it should have ended probably 2 years ago. When it should have ended when Masterson got canned. But that's my personal opinion on it. But I kind of had the good energy when it had Danny Masterson, Kutcher, and the other guy, and Sam Elliott. Those three worked so well together. It played off themselves so well. But it ended. They did their last season. I guess it ended sometime in this year. I don't remember exactly when, but.
Yeah.
Really?
What? You okay?
My phone is acting weird. I had the list pulled up on my phone, and it's acting. My phone is possessed. The spirits have taken control of my phone. He laughs. He has no idea how true it is.
I know phones can be glitchy. I've dealt with it in the past myself.
Mine, I have an iPhone 7, and it's been glitchy for the last couple hours. I finally just gave up.
Be understandable too, because the fact, I mean, as new updates come, it's harder. It's tougher on the older generation phones.
Mm-hmm. All right, next one is OWN. The channel OWN, OWN. If Loving You Is Wrong.
Yeah, that's the Oprah network.
I haven't seen this. If Loving You Is Wrong had 5 seasons. I don't think we have OWN though.
I say I think you have to have OWN to know what. Because like
I think I had it, but it's not like one of the channels I watch religiously because it's just like, why?
Exactly.
It's kind of the ones where you're like, oh yeah, if I'm bored.
I forgot that Oprah. Sometimes it's hard to remember that she has her own TV channel now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved the Oprah show when it was on.
All right, you get a car, and you get a car. You get this. You get that.
I think everybody wanted to be in her audience, and now it's Ellen. People want to be in her audience because she does a lot of giveaways too.
At least Ellen's also. I say Ellen's actually enjoyable to watch too.
I love Ellen. She's amazing. I hate what happened with her show because of other producers and things like that. But they're revamping it now because of that. Let's see. Paramount Network, 68 Whiskey. Only had 1 season. Never heard of it or watched it.
I think that was a military drama. I can't be sure.
Yes. Now I remember. I have seen the previews, but I never watched it. That is something John would probably watch when he gets the chance.
Yeah, 68 Whiskey is actually MOS code for the medical battalions. They're 68. They're Series 68, and I only know that because Danny is a 68.
Oh yeah,
her MOS is a 68.
I don't know why I was just talking about that. It makes me think about MASH.
MASH. That's John actually started watching that the other night.
I think 68
still holds the record
followed...
for the best finale of all time. The most watched finale of any show.
Mm-hmm.
I think we watched it when it was on. we watched MASH with my parents. My dad likes those. Yeah. I just watched it because
my grandfather likes
I love MASH.
watching MASH on TV Land.
Now I never saw the first episode, and I finally saw it, and I was like, you can't stop laughing with that show. I'm sorry. MASH is awesome.
Yep.
All right, here's one. Pop TV is next. Schitt's Creek, 6 seasons. I watched the first season.
That should have been 6 seasons ago.
I liked the first season, but I never got further along because I had other shows that enjoyed more.
Don't. The first season is
I'm just
probably
a geek anyway, so you know.
I think I got one that was on Paramount still. I believe it. This is not COVID related, but this is political climate related. They canceled Cop, the show Cops.
Oh yeah, because the cops.
They were talking about that when George Floyd. They were talking about canceling a lot of the live action shows.
Well,
that show wasn't bad in a sense. They just did follow the cops, but they didn't do. They were all. It was almost by the book, more by the books than like legit.
They were all honorable cops.
Yeah, they got screwed because of
Protest,
a few bad cops. A few bad cops.
Yeah. They want shows to show that not all cops are good, so people can, know to be wary. That's what they were trying to get at.
I have family who are cops and retired police officers. I have a cousin who's a retired detective from New Jersey.
Yeah, my
can't tell you what department he's from. Can't tell you what department he's from.
The same with my uncle.
And I had an uncle.
He's retired. He was a detective as well at the end and in charge of some place. And
I have an uncle who was supposed to be at my wedding, but he couldn't be. My Uncle Harvey, who is a retired narcotics cop. Again, for safety reasons, I can't tell you a last name and department. But
makes sense. Fine. We don't need all the info.
But he was in New Jersey. He was in Jersey. But I mean, they did everything. They did everything by the book. They weren't these cops like you saw with George Floyd and many others. Breonna Taylor and all of them.
Honestly, I don't like bad cops give good cops a bad name. That's
and it's only.
My feeling on it is, I think it's until the truth comes out, we don't know if they're good or bad. The media spin on all those situations is what painted cops in a bad light to begin with. It was the media spin before all the actual facts gets released or revealed. I'm not saying that the George Floyd or Breonna Taylor and stuff like that are like that, but I mean, media will throw it out of proportion before the truth even gets revealed or the investigation gets finished.
Well, I know there's a lot with Breonna Taylor has come out. I'm not sure how much about George Floyd that incident.
I've seen body cam. I've seen things where they released the body cam footage of the arrest. So I mean, I'm not I can't really say. I'm not gonna. I don't want to go into more detail on this because the fact that this could lead to really bad discussions with everybody. Because the fact when you talk about different things, like it's hard to have I don't like talking. That's why I don't really like talking politics or stuff like that because it's like you don't know who you're talking to and.
Makes sense. Now back on topic.
Please.
I could tell you're like, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah, I'm getting a little antsy about that topic. Yeah.
All right, so Showtime is next. First one, Homeland, that had 8 seasons. So it went well.
That sounds like a good series that just ended. That's probably ran out of ideas, or again, COVID.
That too. All the fun. Let's see what else. Then Ray Donovan, which had 7 seasons.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either, but I heard it's good. Then another one from Showtime is Kidding, which is 2 seasons. It had.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I
don't have
didn't watch
Showtime
that one either. Yeah, I haven't had it in a while. And there's
I
one.
don't have Showtime or Cinemax.
Yeah. Then there's now this one I haven't seen the first season yet, but I saw the original Penny Dreadful. But this is Penny Dreadful City of Angels.
Yeah,
it only had 1 season.
I haven't seen City of Angels. The original Penny Dreadful was good. I haven't seen this version. Penny Dreadful kind of goes like what's another show? American Horror Story. They have different. Like you had the Coven for American Horror Story. This you have City of Angels. So,
yeah,
but the original Penny Dreadful wasn't bad. I watched that for a little while.
I do want to watch City of Angels just to see how it did later. And then of course, well, this one had a good running too. Shameless for 11 seasons. It had 11 seasons.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it yet either, but for it to have 11 seasons means, hey, it's a good.
See, my camera just did that funky thing that his did with the circle. It'll come back.
All right.
So,
and
you guys can still hear me, so that's all that matters, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see you going in and out, or him, but
I say you're loading fine on my side too.
Yeah, it's being weird on my side, but that's okay.
All right. Next is Stars. Yeah. The Rook. 1 season.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that. And I watched Stars, and I don't remember that one.
And then Vida for 3 seasons.
Yeah, that should have never lasted. See, now I'm back. That shouldn't have lasted 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Vida, it's good, but after a while, it just gets to be like the same old thing. It's got 2 sisters, and they're Spanish, obviously. One of them is a lesbian, if I remember right. And there's a whole her mother dies, and then it's running out of material. I think is one of the reasons it's probably going off. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad show.
I'm just glad one show isn't on the list.
I'm just glad my Outlander isn't on the list.
That's all I care about. I know. I was like, please don't be on the list, please. But it's not. So
Outlander has some COVID related issues right now, but they are filming. They are filming.
Yeah.
Sam and what the hell is his name? Sam and Graham are both on Instagram, and I've actually talked to them on Instagram. So they are filming. It's just gonna be really slow, but they are filming. I know Sam and Graham did they have a book out.
Oh, cool.
Sam has his own brand. Sam has his own whiskey distillery.
Ooh.
And his own whiskey. That come November we'll be able to get nationwide. So I'm getting a bottle or 2 of that. It's like $180, but I'm still getting a bottle of it.
I'll say it better be some darn good whiskey for that price.
It's
very much.
It's mostly for the fact of who owns it and who makes it. The other part is my family is Scottish Highlander, so it's kind of like a taste of home for me.
Yeah.
So, but and they also did a book and a series called Clanlands. Then I'm not sure where you can watch it. I have to ask Sam or Graham, depending on who I can get a hold of first. Probably Graham.
All right. Next up is sci-fi.
Yeah.
The Magicians, which had 5 seasons, so it's not like it's
actually
it broke the 2-season record.
Which actually, for sci-fi, that is a season record.
Yeah, it's good if it goes that long.
I originally didn't watch The Magicians because the show that I was watching, which was Dominion, which you know all about this.
Yeah.
When Dominion got canceled, that's the show that took its place. So I was kind of like, no, you canceled you're taking the place of a show that I watched that was canceled. So no, I don't want to watch you. But I finally gave in and watched it. I was thinking when it first premiered, I was like, oh, it's Harry Potter in college. Woohoo! But it actually got better.
Yeah, I watched season 1. I lost track because it was on with other shows I love to watch. But I plan on watching. Yeah, I plan on watching season 2 on later.
I actually wanted to make a joke about 5 seasons. You said about Harry Potter in college. Wasn't that like the last 2 or 3 Harry Potter movies? They were pretty much college age by that point when they finished the last 2 or 3 movies. They were high
school. In real life, yes, they were probably college age.
Yeah, in real life.
In real life, they were probably college age when they finished the last half of the one movie. The last 2 movies.
No, probably the last movie. They were close to being, 17, 18 themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Harry. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, but
speaking of actors that probably never have to do another movie for their whole lives.
Oh no, they've done.
Emma Watson.
I know some people still do it because of the fact they love the job, but they probably made enough money that they don't really need to.
The only person I haven't heard of doing anything else. The only person from that cast I haven't heard of doing anything else from the main 3 is Rupert Grint, who played Ron Weasley.
Oh no, he did Emma Watson movies. I've seen him in a couple of movies after.
I know Emma Watson did Beauty and the Beast. Daniel Radcliffe had he had a off-Broadway show or whatever it was that he was doing where he was naked. Which my little sister was like, wait, Harry Potter naked? It's like, okay.
He did other things too.
He did other things. But yeah, with the Harry Potter series, they're just doing things now for the pure joy of that's what they want to do.
Which is the best thing to do. Let's see.
I know the guy who played Draco had an appearance on one of the shows. I think it was The Flash. He had a couple.
I think he's still on The Flash, actually.
I think he was on. I think he plays one of the bad guys on The Flash. Felton. What the hell is his first name? His last name is Felton. But
I just call him Draco. Some weird enemies.
Well, when you see him, you'll sit there and be like, "Oh my God, it's Draco."
Victor Frankenstein was a good movie, and Now You See Me Too. He was in Daniel Radcliffe.
Yes, Daniel Radcliffe was in Dark Horse.
He's been in a lot, actually.
He was a bad guy. He was a bad guy in the Now You See Me Too.
Yeah.
Dark Horse's Equus, I think, was the play he did where he was naked.
I remember when I was in theater class, my senior year of high school, that was one we had to watch and do a critique on together in class. And it bothered me. It had that really weird feel to it, and I never liked it. So when I heard he did it, I was like, even though it's Daniel Radcliffe, I can't watch it because I've already seen it before. I know what it's about.
Harry Potter.
I don't like it. I just don't like the play. It has nothing about him. Still didn't want to see it.
Not to mention he's Harry Potter and just ew. Yeah, no. It's like, no, I want to see him as Harry Potter and thanks. I don't need to see him naked.
Yeah, that's usually what happens with child actors. You only want to remember them for the role they made popular.
I still like him enough.
I'm sorry. I'd rather see him. Well, I mean, I didn't mind him in Now You See Me Too. As the bad guy, but I don't need to see what's underneath the clothes.
I mean, speaking of I'm gonna date myself. One of the child actors that I remember watching is Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone. He looked bad for quite a long time, but he actually cleaned himself up real nice. Now he's doing better now, I believe. Because I remember it was a couple years ago they did a Google ad that paid homage to the Home Alone series, and it was just him at the house doing, "Hey Google, do this. Hey Google, do that."
Yeah.
I love that ad. That was so great.
Now the other,
I remember Macaulay Culkin when he was young and cute.
Now the other
sci-fi,
the other sci-fi one is Vagrant Queen. Only had one season,
which is actually really, really good. Have you seen it?
I loved it, especially when they did the Clue spoof. I was like, ah! Oh, that was awesome.
I watched the first season, and but this is sci-fi. Sci-fi is notorious for doing this. They get a show that gets popular, and then for some reason, the ratings fall off, or they get mail that such and such group doesn't like it, and they cave every time. Like I was telling Janine,
I wanted a season 2.
Well, like I was telling you, Dominion was supposed to go to season 3.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of season 2, they showed Lucifer, who they never called Lucifer, and they never called him Satan. They called him the Morning Star.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, the show was canceled. Like, out of the blue. Like, even the actors were like, what do you mean we're canceled? Like, they showed up and they're like, oh, didn't you hear? We're canceling you.
Wait,
and
what?
Tom Wisdom and Christopher Egan, they were all like, wait, what? And, yeah.
I hate when they do that.
But that was because the religious groups, they mentioned Satan was coming into play. And supposedly, I don't know if it was rumor. It was a rumor that I heard. It was a rumor that I heard that they got mail from, like, the crazy religious people.
Did.
About them showing Satan on a TV show, and the only show that was doing it at that time was Dominion.
Oh, the other one on Sci-Fi, this is the last one on the canceled list, is Van Helsing, but it had 5 seasons before it was canceled.
I don't remember watching Van Helsing.
Again, broke the Sci-Fi 2-season mold.
Broke the Sci-Fi season rule. Usually it's 2 seasons and you're canceled.
Yeah. So Magicians and Van Helsing went to 5 seasons. Woohoo!
They must hold the record on Sci-Fi. They must have the record on Sci-Fi.
Maybe. Now the next one is TNT. Claws, that had 4 seasons. Now, heard of Claws?
Was that the one with the women? Was that the women with the nail salon?
Yeah, and they had like background stuff, illegal stuff.
Yeah. They were like gonna take over, and they were gonna be boss bitches. I remember seeing previews for that, and their whole thing was the nail salon. It all revolved around the nail salon. Never watched it, but it looked interesting.
Oh, it was interesting looking, but I never got into it either. So
yeah, I got involved with other things called real life that I kind of lost track of TV for a while. I've still lost track of TV for a while. Minus my Galactica thing that was on a couple of months back, where they played all 76 episodes of the reimagined series.
Wow.
Yeah, I watched all 70-something hours of it and have it all DVR'd so I can watch it again.
Best way to do it.
Yeah.
I need my Jimmy Bamber fix. I can watch that.
Now that's the only one on TNT that got canceled, actually. So.
Well, they must be doing better on their shows.
Probably. I love TNT. I wish they didn't get rid of the librarians, though. That was awesome.
That was a good show, The Librarian. Mm-hmm. That was a good show.
One of my favorites. All right.
The movies weren't bad either.
No, they weren't. The next one is True TV, which I don't really watch often, but I'm sorry. Yeah, the one that got canceled is I'm Sorry, and it only had 2 seasons.
Yeah, I never watched that.
Never
I don't watch
really
True TV.
Me either.
I don't watch True TV. I don't watch like True Crime Network.
I only do if there's like a good movie on, but that it's rare that they have the movies come up like they used to. And then let's see, USA Briar Patch was only one season. Briar Patch.
Haven't watched that. I haven't watched that.
Yeah,
sorry, I've got a person texting me on.
It's okay. Briar Patch. Briar Patch I hadn't heard about.
I haven't heard of it either.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one. It sounds interesting.
I'm gonna look it up quick. Briar Patch.
It sounds. I may have heard of it, but I don't know. What does it say?
Let's see. Oh, okay. This looks familiar. Based on a novel of the same name by Ross Thomas. Allegra Dill, a dogged investigator who returns to her border townhome in San Bonifacio, Texas. And I think I said that right. What begins as a search for her sister's killer turns into an all-consuming fight to bring the corrupt town to its knees. That sounds interesting. It
sounds interesting. And trust me, if anybody's watching and they're from that town in Texas, they'll be all on you about, hey, you pronounced it wrong.
Pretty much. Bonifacio. Bonifacio. It could go anyway.
Yeah.
San Bonifacio. San Bonifacio. Oh, yeah. I'll be yelled at later.
I can always call my husband and ask him since he's from Texas. He's from near Pasadena, Houston, Pasadena. So he may not even know about the border towns. The most well-known one is Laredo.
I'm trying to think if there's any others that were not on this list. Let's see.
I don't know. We have about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to fill. If there's not.
I mean, I'm looking at one from. I'm guessing the website I'm looking at says TV Guide, but there was it says two from more from USA. Which one of them was called The Purge, which was canceled after 2 seasons, and
I can see that.
Treadstone canceled after 1 season.
All right.
Don't recognize any of those.
Cancel.
When I think about I want to take a look at that too because I think sounds familiar, but I wonder if that's also based off of
is that based off the Purge?
The movies, maybe?
Yeah, it is.
I think so.
It is. It's based off the movie.
Okay.
I think it is. If I remember right, it's based off.
BBC America is still pending for Doctor Who. What? Doctor Who goes on forever for a reason.
I can't see.
I gotta say, I don't think they're gonna.
I can't see.
They're not gonna kill the golden goose.
But they're
not gonna kill.
They might be. What are they gonna do?
I'm pretty sure the Purge that you're talking about is based off the movies.
Yeah. I looked it up and it is. It's based. The TV series is based off. I think it looks like it is based off the one off the movies.
The original Purge.
The new one on. Oh, that wasn't on CBS.
They're definitely not going to kill Doctor Who, so don't worry about that. Doctor Who will be around for a while. All those Whovians would be heartbroken if they canceled that.
Oh gosh, there would be a strike or something.
There'd be blood in the streets, I think, if they canceled Doctor Who.
Yeah.
That would be,
There'd be people camped outside their BBC's office.
I think there'd be like pickets, and it's a pretty popular show for the BBC. You don't kill, like you said, you don't kill your golden goose.
Oh, and of course, The Mandalorian is about to come out. season 2. I'm excited. Hey.
Yeah, if you want to pay for Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I do pay for it. It's not that expensive. It's like
I'm not a big
$5.99
fan of Disney.
I'm
not a big fan of Disney, so I mean I like Disney, but I'm not enough for me to watch
I
that.
mean,
If you're a Trek,
yeah, I think they took a lot of flack for the
Star Wars
Mulan movie. Disney Plus
now,
took
see,
a
I heard
lot
that
of
was
flack.
good. I talked to a friend of mine who actually watched it, and he said it was good. He said it was the fight scenes, the live action was awesome. He says it was epic fight scenes.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying the movie was bad.
Storyline
I'm just saying what making them pay the amount of making them pay like making people that don't have Disney Plus or like they're paying like $30 to see it or something like that.
Yeah,
that was Mulan, not
yeah.
Aladdin.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. I mean, I'm not dissing the movie itself. I'm dissing the
fact that you have to pay $30 if you're not
the money grabbing tactic they used. Basically,
but the fact of the matter is they're basing that price on what it would be if you went to a theater, and they're only going to do it
$30 unless you're including food.
Well, yeah, but unless once it's out for a while, it's going to go down, and then finally be in December. It's supposed to be free to watch. So people are waiting. There's some people waiting for December. Some people who are willing to pay. So you could do whatever you want.
It just depends on how bad you want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
At least they're doing something smart because I'm a Marvel guy. I heard they pushed back Black Widow's release again. I think they want it to be in theaters. They want that movie to be released.
More people will see it if it's in theaters.
But the thing is, the drive-through theaters are doing good. Or drive-in theaters are doing really good.
Yeah, because you're in your car and you can't catch COVID, honey.
The problem is how many. I only know like my state alone. I'm not sure. I can count how many drive-in theaters I might have in my state alone because I don't think there's not.
I can think of 4.
Maybe 1 or I can know 2 offhand.
We have a good amount, especially since there's a couple of Walmarts that turned part of their parking lot into drive-in theaters too.
We're talking, but straight drive-ins. We have. I know here. I have one here in Eden.
4. There's 4 I know of around us, offhand.
There's Eden. There's one in Greensboro. I think still isn't there.
No, there's a Raleigh one.
There's Raleigh, Eden.
Okay.
And Eden, honestly, Eden's the next town over for me. I can spit and hit Eden from where I live. And you don't want to be in Eden after 5 o'clock. It's certain parts of Eden. It's drug infested.
A High Point has one. Oh, wait, no, that's not a drive-in. I don't think. Hold on.
I know Eden has one, and it's like I said, Eden's depending on where it's located in Eden would depend on if you'd want to be there after dark. There's places in Ridgeville you don't want to be after dark, like downtown.
There's Baden Road has one, in Albemarle. Lexington has one. Shelby has one.
Lexington.
Winston-Salem.
Sounds like the smaller town.
Raleigh.
So that's
Raleigh has one there. Raleigh. That's 5.
There's
right
like 4.
there.
There's 4 or 5 that I know of here, and that's just in the Triad area.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Eden. We have one here in Eden.
Oh, here's another one that got canceled from Lifetime. American Princess.
Don't think I've ever seen that. Never mind, heard of it. How many seasons did it have?
Only 1.
That's probably why.
It was American Princess, an Upper East Side socialite whose storybook nuptials are dramatically derailed when she discovers her fiance is cheating on her just hours before a dream wedding in the countryside. And it looks like it's during like medieval times.
Huh.
That looks interesting, though. Because I do love my medieval.
I think I want to go off of one where I feel like it's probably going to happen soon. I know we talked about NCIS, but she mentioned Erica might have mentioned New Orleans. I think New Orleans is going to be on the chopping block soon because it's on a Sunday. It got moved from Tuesday to Sunday,
and the original cast is gone.
There's like only like one, maybe one. What?
No, there's still
everybody.
One.
No.
What? Everyone?
All the original agents are gone.
Not Pride. Pride is still on New Orleans. Pride
isn't on the team anymore. He's in a higher.
No, he's still part of the show.
No, he still came back. He came back down.
He's the only one. He is the only one that's still part of the show.
Yeah.
Everybody else is done.
And the one
I don't watch it. I haven't watched it since they killed.
Yeah, there's still a couple who's still on it. The guy in the wheelchair, the guy with the glasses,
the guy in the wheelchair. The guy in the wheelchair is still there. CCH Pounder is still there as the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne is there. And I think the scientist guy, the forensics guy, is still there and is still an agent. I can't be sure. But all the original agents, like Brody, LaSalle, they're all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were gone for a bit now.
I kind of lost interest when they killed LaSalle. I'm like,
the fact that they killed him and didn't like just make him take over his dad's
they should have gone back. You had to just go back to Alabama or something. It would have been
right and bring him back as a guest star. At least he can come back as a guest star then.
I feel like they did his character dirty. Is what I feel.
Well, he didn't. I know he wanted out and didn't renew his contract.
Yeah, but
you're wrong. You're wrong. He wanted to leave to spend more time with his family.
Yes.
I don't know why they chose to kill him off. I don't know if that was his idea or the showrunners' idea, the showrunners, but they should have kept it to where they could have brought him back as a guest star. Like there was a case that would involve something from their past that only LaSalle would know.
Yeah.
Here's a couple of others from NBC that wasn't on the one we saw, by the way. Blind Spot is ending after season 5. Indebted canceled after 1 season. I like that one. That was kind of cute. I think that's the only ones. The other 2. Sorry. I just noticed those. I wanted to put those in there quick. And 13 Reasons Why on Netflix is ending after 4 seasons. So.
NCIS New Orleans I will watch because I know the places in New Orleans. I've been to them.
I enjoyed watching it too, and that's why I'm sad to say that I think it's going to be going soon. I'm like, I love that. I used to love watching it.
It might have. Well, I've actually been to New Orleans. Family there. So, New Orleans is like my second home when I'm not here in North Carolina. With family and friends that live there. So.
Because I feel like when they did New Orleans, I felt like it was more of a better spin-off than LA was at times, because the fact they had a character almost similar to Gibbs in a sense. And
he is, but he isn't. But,
he is, but he isn't. It has like
Hetty.
Pride was
Hetty has her moments.
Yeah, one of my favorite Hetty moments is actually when Denozo was a guest star on that show. When she smacks him on the back of the head, and he said that was from Gibbs.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I love Hetty. I like Dwayne. I like Gibbs. I just like when Gibbs like every once in a while my husband will do something stupid and I'll Gibbs smack him in the back of the head. It's like, yep, you've been Gibbs smacked because that was just dumb. He'll just look at me like, really?
He doesn't do it. They don't do it that often anymore, just because of the fact I think they played it out so much during the earlier seasons that Gibbs smacking people on the back of the head.
He still
got it the most.
He still does it.
Once in a while, yes.
Denozo was the one who got it the most anyway, so he's not there.
Well, Denozo asked for it. Let's face it, Denozo asked for it.
Denozo's behavior is the reason why he kept getting smacked on the head, yes. But then McGee gets hit once in a while too, just because the fact McGee gets caught up in DiNozzo's crap too sometimes.
Yeah. I think Ziva at one point was getting caught up in that shit, and she was getting smacked.
Yeah, Ziva got hit a couple times too.
Nicholas Torres, the character, he gets smacked now too.
I must have missed that. I must have missed when Torres got smacked.
Yeah, he does get smacked. It's hilarious.
He probably wondered what the heck he got smacking for.
He never had it before. So the first time he did it, he's like, well, what the hell? What was that for?
The look on his face, yeah.
It was hilarious. I
think Pride's done it a couple of times. But I think Pride's actually reached over and smacked his people once or twice in the back of the head, Gibbs style.
Well, but it all goes back because the fact that he worked with Gibbs' mentor as well, and that's what Mike Franks was the main reason the main reason people give the cuff on the back of the head. And Gibbs adopted the same cuff on the back of the head.
Well, who was it that was it Callan?
Oh yeah,
I think it's Callan that knows Gibbs works with Gibbs.
Yes,
was part of Gibbs' team.
He's done a lot with him. I think.
I know he's friendlies with Gibbs. I think Callan's the only one that Gibbs hasn't smacked.
Yeah,
I don't think he's Gibbs smacked. LL Cool J's character Hannah. Of course, you gotta have a death wish to want to do that.
Yeah,
but I can see Gibbs reaching over and giving one to Deeks or
if he was on LA. If he ever was a guest star on LA, I could see him doing that to people. It's just like
I can see Deeks getting it. I can see Deeks getting it a lot.
Oh goodness!
Especially Deeks. Poor Marty. He takes so much abuse. Not so much Bly, but Marty definitely Deeks. Bly, she might have her moments, but Marty Deeks in the character he is.
I personally, when I go back through season 17 of NCIS, they finally gave us a good proper ending to Ziva again. That was a great the episodes that she was in were well written, and they just gave her a better closure.
Yeah. She was a good character. When she left, it was kind of like, why come back? But
I mean, I didn't believe she was dead when they quote unquote killed her off for Tony's.
Oh no, I knew she wasn't dead.
I didn't believe that for a second. I'm like, come on, she's smarter than this.
I don't think DiNozzo believed it for a second either. He was kind of like,
yeah, because he never spoke in the past tense because he didn't believe that she died.
Well, they didn't have official proof. They just thought she might have been in the building when it went off. But when things started unraveling and certain things were like,
She followed Gibbs' emergency rules to the letter. She did Rule 44, which was first things first, hide the women and protect the women and children. The child. Got Tali to DiNozzo. She was safe. Yeah. Then she went to proceed with Rule 45, clean up your mess. And that's what she did.
Yes.
She followed Gibbs's rules to the letter. I love some of I love how well done those rules are.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he has how many rules are we up to?
Mm-hmm.
There's supposedly 50, but he has like rules of the 60s, and he has other rules too. And one of the ones I laugh at was, I think one of the episodes that his office was getting audited, and he walks in and says Rule 99, and then someone says, "Never tell Gibbs he's being audited."
Love that.
It's just you don't tell Gibbs a lot of things because,
I hope before the series ends, we get the full list of all his rules. Just because of the fact I want to know all of them. There's so many missing.
I want a printed list of them.
Yeah.
I want a printed list of them hanging on my wall so I can sit there and be like, how many of them can I break?
That would be cool. Like that would be something a lot of people would probably buy if it.
One of my favorite ones is also
for the rules to go from the original NCIS to like Los Angeles or to New Orleans would be funny to see them carry over into the other series.
Yeah.
I think one of the greatest showings of the rules was Rule 9 with the always carry a knife. It was happened when it was the last Ziva episode. It was the kid. He had to rescue a kid from a guy. That guy, he was in an airport. The kid had a knife in his sock, and it's like, what are you talking about, Dad? You told me to keep it for you. The kid was so smart. I'm like, he outsmarted this bad guy at TSA, and it's like, Gibbs is like, how do you do this? Rule 9, always carry a knife. I'm like, Gibbs is probably proud of that because the fact the kid actually knows a rule. It's like, always be prepared.
I want to see the rules carry over into like Sam Hanna taking them over, or even Hetty. Or
she has her own rules though. She has her own.
Take his rules, but add to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone
change
has
them enough where
like every character seems to have their own rules.
Gibbs has the list.
I'm just happy that list is going though, so I'm happy.
I want a copy of all the Gibbs' rules so I can have them in my office here and be like, okay, how many of these could I break in the course of a year? Knowing me, probably every single one of them.
Yeah.
He's like, yep. Your face
I could probably be the same.
You could probably break every single one of them in a year.
All right, so
I could probably break half in a month.
It's after 10 o'clock by 1 minute. So, but of course, I want to thank Erica and Mad J Dog, aka Jeremy, for joining me. And as you guys noticed, there's a lot of canceled shows that we don't agree on. There's some we're like, yeah, it should have been gone sooner. So make sure to put your own comments down and subscribe and follow us because we always have more fun later. And at the end of the month, we always do one game night. So I just got to figure out which date that would be. And October 5th, 11 p.m. Eastern on Monday. That's Monday. Is the Matt Mercer interview. And not the voice actor Matt Mercer, but the producer, director, and actor Matt Mercer from a lot of horror movies. Even a lot of people know Madison County more than probably some of the others, but Madison County he's in. So that's next week before we do another streaming for, I don't know the theme yet. We'll find, I'll introduce you guys and figure it out before next Tuesday. So thank you again, Erica.
I love my Sunday. No problem.
I would say also a lot of jokes at Sci-Fi's expense because we made a lot of jokes about Sci-Fi's season show records.
There's season record. Poor Sci-Fi.
Poor Sci-Fi. We apologize for all the slander we put, all the burns we put on you.
Not really.
Not really. Sorry, not sorry.
For me. For me anyway, it's a sorry, not sorry situation. But yeah. Poor Sci-Fi. They got slandered a lot.
Yeah.
But thank you all for listening in and have a good rest of the evening. And
bye.
Bye. Night.
Bye, everyone.